Right, back for part 2 of our Alpha Model 124 Porsche 911 GT3. So we left off part 1, we were just clear coated the body. Now we're going to get some primer down on all the other parts of the kit. So everything is here, the whole lot, everything in the kit from the resin to the photo etch is all here, ready to be primed. It's all mounted up, ready to go. We've got some Mrs. Osa 1500 black and we're going to prime everything. Now, I'm not going to go through and show the whole process because that would be boring. But basically, using our Water Revolution CR3 0.3 airbrush, 20 psi. Just going to give everything a couple of coats of primer until we're happy. Now, the majority of it is going to go black. There may be one or two pieces that go grey. But on these, most of it will go black. And we're going with a Napa black interior. So all the interior will be black, all the metallics will be primed in black. It's just a case of going through all the parts. The photo etch, we are primed in ProScale Paint's photo etch primer. This is an etch primer specifically formulated for photo etch. It doesn't block or clog up grills. It's nice and thin, dries almost instantly. It's absolutely beautiful. And then for the seat, we're going with Tamiya LP5 on the exterior by the look of it. I've actually forgotten what I've done on this. It's been that long since I built this model. I've completely forgotten what to do it right. So we've got Napa black leather. I don't know what we're doing with the LP5. It should be there. So that was ProScale Napa black leather, not LP5. We've got some ProScale carbon ceramic grey paint for the discs. So this will give us our carbon ceramic look on our disc. Really nice grey metallic colour. Leaves nice flecks in there like real carbon ceramic. Looks absolutely fantastic. All the interior is going to be Napa black leather. And then all the other standard black bits on the exterior will be Tamiya LP5. The discs we're doing in the carbon as well, just to carry on the continuity when you look through the edges. So like I say, for me, this clean up and painting, this stage of the build, always like, all the fun bits done, the body's done. And this is just one of those mindless bits in the middle. It's just like, okay, we've got to get it done. So let's get it done. Now the wheels, I think I went with the Porsche plating silver colour on this. Now, until I see the bottle, I can't tell you. Because, like I say, this was well over a month ago. And in fact, probably like 6 weeks ago now. And I've completely forgotten what I did on this. So apologies all around. But I'm going to guess that is the Porsche platinum silver. No, apparently it was like gunmetal. There you go then. So it was like gunmetal. I was completely wrong. So it was like gunmetal wheels painted. We've got the center caps to put in place. So these are decals. So it's like a metallic decal to go around the edge. So they're just put in place and then pushed home gently with a cotton. But be careful with resin wheels like this. They're not the strongest and it's very easy to snap those spokes. We've got some caliper markings, decals for the calipers. Now, I can't remember if this came with caliper markings or I had to use my own. It must have come with Porsche markings in there. And with those on, we've now got the instrument cluster to put in as well. So these are the kit decals. So what I'm doing is trying to get all the decals on things in a clear coating, like the wheels and the calipers. So they're going to be gloss cleared, and then the interior, once done, will be matte cleared, basically to get rid of the sheen, because you want a nice matte finish. So there's a couple of decals on the seats as well. So we get those in place like so. Nice and simple and easy. And then with some UMP decal solutions and one of the water pens. People keep asking about these. They're from Derwent. They're an artist water pen. Get them on Amazon or eBay. And then as a clear coat on the interior, as a matte clear coat, we've got some Testor's dual coat. You can't buy this anymore. I think you can still get it in places as they got it in stock. But I believe it's no longer made. It is the best matte clear coat you can get, in my opinion. Thin a little bit of Mr. Hobby Rapid Thinner. I'm just going to go all over and matte coat everything. It just takes the sheen off. Makes the leather look a bit more realistic, in my opinion. And then we've got some GX112, which is a gloss clear. We're going to thin this from Mr. Hobby Level and Thinner, and we're going to gloss our wheels and our brake calipers as well. So several coats of this building up, followed by a nice wet coat at the end. So just take your time. Obviously, we put decals on, leave them to dry for a good 24 hours. Get the decals a bit of heat to get all the moisture out from behind them as well. And then on the seats, we're going to texture paint the centers. So we've got our Pro Scale. I'm pretty sure with grey texture paint on this. This is our texture paint. It's quite new to the range of paints. Works absolutely fantastic. It adds a beautiful texture. And as you can see, with several coats, there we go. There's our texture grain. It really does look like Alcantara or fabric. Adds a really nice detail. It just breaks up these what would be all black seats. So it is a really, really nice touch to do. We've got some photo etch gloss black pieces to put in the top of the seats as well. So we just a little dab of CA glue. We'll very carefully pop those in place. And then my wonderful assistant Hannah has flocked the interior for me. So this is our anthracite grey flocking from Pro Scale. We put some grey or dark black matte enamel paint down where we want it to sit. And then you sieve over the flock over the top, pat it down, tip out the excess, job done. As easy as that. It sounds easy. It takes a bit of practice to do. I don't do it myself because it makes such an unholy mess in my cave. My lovely girlfriend Hannah does it for me. And then with everything ready to go, we can glue our seats into some Bob Smith's Instacure. A generous amount around the edge of the mounting point. Then we get our seats in place. You can see how realistic the flocking looks. It really does add a nice bit of depth to the interior. That with the textured seats just takes away from the monotony of a dark interior, which Porsches tend to have. Most Porsches I see tend to have a dark interior, but there you go. Look at that. The textured seats look brilliant. The flocking looks excellent. Very, very good. Now, we've painted the very centre of our hubs silver. We used our circle template on this. I didn't get any footage, unfortunately, and sprayed it in. I think it was the light gunmetal again. And then with a couple of dabs of Bob Smith's glue, we're going to pop on our ceramic grey brake discs. And there we go. With everything ready to go, we can now flat our bodywork. So we've got some washed up liquid and water in that spray bottle. We've got 3M6 and 8000 tri-zip pads. And I'm not going to sit here and show you all this. You've seen me do this many times. Basically, we're going to go over the whole body with the 6000 and the 8000. And then we're going to go all over it with the polishing sponges from Zoom-On that we sell over on Pro Scale, as well as these tri-zip pads. And then we're going to polish it all up with the Menzerna compounds, the 2500, 3500, and then autoclim super resin polish at the end. So basically flatted all the body with 2 different tri-zip pads, and then 3 different polishing sponges with 3 different polishing mediums. We'll polish all the body back up to a high shine. So you can get all this over on Pro Scale, all bar the polish. You can pick that up yourself elsewhere. And I decided to rub a generous amount of it on. This is the 3500. This is the second stage of polishing now, with the second polishing sponge as well, which is in my Proxon rotary tool. And just be careful here when you're sanding and polishing. Just be careful of the edges or any raised areas. It's very easy to burn through. Just take your time. This is one of those things, the more you do, the better you'll get. And I would suggest putting some black electrical tape around the yellow hard plastic part of that tool. Because if it misses and catches the body, it can chip your paint. So a little bit of electrical tape does save a little bit of heartache here. And again, I'm going to go all over, doing section by section, and get a clean bit of microfiber cloth. And you'll see the shine just off the second compound here. We haven't even finished yet. It is absolutely beautiful. Consider that was flatted right back. That shine is looking good. Now, if you've got any flaws in the paint, this is your opportunity to get rid of them. Obviously, you've only got a finite amount of clear coat, so if you go too far, you're going to burn through. So sometimes it's not always worth the risk of trying to get it absolutely perfect. Sometimes you just got to accept a very, very slight flaw in the paintwork, which I'm quite happy to do from time to time. I'd rather have a little bit of a speck of dust in the paint than have a ruined clear coat. So it's just one of those things for you to decide. But just taking our time, going all over the body, wiping it off as we go, doing section by section. It's a couple of hours work this, but it's well worth doing. And using the Zoom-On polishing sponges we sell on Pro Scale and the 3M tri-zip pads saves so much time. It saves at least half the time doing it by hand or with wet and dry and whatnot. It really is a big upgrade. So if you've not tried these, I would highly recommend trying the 3M tri-zip pads and the polishing sponges as well. They save so much time and give an absolutely fantastic result. You can see using a toothbrush there to get rid of any excess polish in the panel lines. And here we are now after polishing, trying to give her all a good clean up. Can be a bit of a losing battle this for a while while you're fighting off excess polish and whatnot. I like to pop it in the spray booth, put some water in the airbrush and jet wash the panel lines out and then do this. But look at that shine, absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful. Slight flaw on the roof there, we've got a little speck of dust in the roof, but I'm not prepared to push that. I don't want to ruin my clear coat. The only people that see this are you guys and me, so I can accept a slight flaw. It's just one of those things. It is. It really doesn't bother me that much. I'm not striving for perfection. I'm striving for enjoyment of the hobby. So as you see here, we've got an old Fenger airbrush. Well, it's a new one, but it's just a cheap one. Loaded up with water, and I'm just using it as a jet wash in those panel lines. Nice and simple to do. Having a dedicated airbrush, this is a £15 airbrush. Really cheap. To do this is worth having. And just wherever you do, put any lacquer thinner out the way and just make sure you are picking up water. The last thing you want to do now is spray lacquer thinner onto this body and ruin all your hard work. But this is a good way of getting rid of all the polish, and then just blow it over with air at the end and wipe over till you're dry. Now another laborious task is masking off the windows. Now I have, and I see others leaving these body colour and you can see it through the glass. So I would always recommend masking off and painting this black. And the reason I do it after 2K is twofold. Number one, it's easier to mask on the 2K because you've got a nice smooth surface. And number two, once you spray it like this is Mr. Surfacer 1500 Black Primer, you end up with a nice matte surface that allows the CA glue to grab better than it would on a smooth 2K surface. So this is the main reason why I do it, but it's easily done. It takes a few minutes. We've got some black trim on the exterior of the car to paint as well. So we do it all together, and with it carefully unmasked, everything has gone great. So we've sprayed the inside as well while we were there. Say brush paint it later on. But just be careful here, make sure you always detack your tape before you put it on, and just be gentle taking it off. 2K is very strong, but if you have a paint problem somewhere, it will pull it off. But the black trim adds a lot of depth to this, it really does. Now we can start installing our interior. So a quick test fit, dashboard in first, 9 times out of 10. Then the door cards in. These have little locator points, which is always a plus. If you can get them to hold in. Don't commit to any glue just yet until you've test fitted. And then we'll pop in the interior, which slots in the back first. And then as you can see, this is why you don't glue. It won't go in. The door cards are in the way. So we're going to have to juggle the door cards in through the top, like so, while the bottom piece is already in. So that's why we don't commit to glue until we're happy. We know everything fits, and there we go. All in. Not bad at all. Fits in there quite well. There's a little bit of a gap on the back. Once we're happy, we'll pop a little bit of glue in there. The dashboard's already glued in. So the glue for the door cards is already in. So we can get the interior in the bottom, and then get the door cards in the side and push them fully home. Like so, just be careful. Like I say, trial and error with these, they're all different. Some you can put it all in from the inside, some you can't. As you'll see on the Mercedes that's coming up later on the channel, we have to hack a load of resin off the dashboard to get it to fit. It's a fiddly job, but just take your time here, and also be aware of getting seal on your fingers. You're not put on your freshly polished paintwork. It's the worst thing in the world that can happen. With that done, we can drill out the pre-drilled holes. They're never wide enough, so they always need drilling out a little bit. Get the drill screws and get a drill bit just a little bit bigger, and then screw it in. Feel any resistance on the screw, stop, take it out, make sure the hole's a little bit bigger. You don't want to crack the resin because it could travel all the way through and ruin all your hard work. But with these carefully screwed in place, that's all our interior in place, and our chassis plate as well. So another job done. Just be careful of the resin dust here as well. Well worth wearing a dust mask if you're sanding all this and drilling. And then on to some finishing touches. So we need to do a silver lens in the back, and the easiest way to do this is with some Vallejo Model Air, which is a water-based pre-thin paint, a little micro brush, and just infill the back. You're only going to see this through the light. You're not going to see this in any detail whatsoever. The great thing is you put water-based paint over 2K. Even when it's dry, it'll literally rub straight off. So we just get it roughly in place where we want it. Like so. And as I say, with a cotton bud, we can just lightly remove any excess. Nice and simple to do. Let that dry, and then we can pop our rear light lenses in. We've got some P grills to pop in place as well. So go through your instructions. We've painted all these earlier on. A little bit of, I would go with PVA base color on these most of the time, like Tamiya Craft Bond. Or if you need to, Bob's Super Gold, like I'm using here on the lights. So these are the front lights. These are the clear resin inserts for each one. There we go. With all the lights in, just following the instructions, we can go for our windows. So again, you see me do these a million times. It's a case of test fitting. I make a little holder out of masking tape, as you can see there, so I don't need to touch the glass. Do not touch the inside of the glass. There's a protective film on the outside. Do not touch inside. You'll have a greasy fingerprint on the inside of your window that you can't get to clean. So trust me, don't touch the back. Make a little hold like I've done there so you can hold it in place. We've got one of our precision CA glue applicators, which is on Pro Scale here. We're just putting small dots of Bob Smith's Gold, which is the non-fogging. It will still mark the glass, but it won't haze or fog it. Little dabs all around where the window is going to mount, and then we're going to pop it in place. Now, this is something you're going to get better at every time you do it. I'm a seasoned veteran with these kits. I've built loads of them. It's still the most daunting part of the build every time, but it gets easier and easier and less stressful each time. Using cotton buds, become an octopus, and try and hold 12 things at once, and just keep burnishing the edges down until the CA glue grabs. And the Bob Smith's Gold is very forgiving, but it does take a little bit of time to grab. So just keep working it slowly and it'll grab. If you need to put a little bit more on, put a little dab more on, but just take your time here. Same on the rear windows and the sides. Less is more glue. You don't need a lot at all. You just need patience here and just take your time holding it. And just be aware of CA glue on your fingers and whatnot. Just take your time. So with those in place, we're going to leave the protective film on for now. We got our mirrors in. Now we drilled these and put a little bit of wire. Did we? I can't remember if we drilled these and put wire on. They had nice connection points already. I completely forget. But either way, they fitted on perfect. A little bit of Bob Smith's Gold in there. And then one of the most satisfying parts of these builds is peeling off this protective film. So peel the corner up with a knife or your tweezers and then fold it away from itself. Don't pull it up or you'll pull the plastic acetate off. You get a fingerprint, you can gently wipe it off. We're going to put the window wipers on now, where the rest of the windows are protected. These are the work of the devil. They're horrendous things to put in place. They're an absolute nightmare. I hate the photo etch wipers. Got no problem making them. I hate gluing them in place. They either go first time like this, perfect, or they're a pig. I've got a little tiny bit of activator on that micro brush. And there we go. Get them in place and then position them exactly where you want them. And then don't touch them. But I guarantee you'll grab them with a cloth later on polishing the model. And then again, we can go around and peel off the rest of the protective film. Really satisfying part of this, because if you've done your job right, you should have crystal clear, clean windows. Like I say, it's not something you're going to pick up straight away. It's going to take a few kits to get good at it, but it's easy to do. A few dabs of Bob Smith's Gold on the spoiler mount as well. And this is where we need to be good now. By eye, we've got to line this up and get it perfectly mounted. There we go, get it in place, get it straight, have a little look at it. Looks good to me. We've got our exhaust in, our number plate on as well. Got greasy fingerprints all over the car, so it needs a good polish up later on. As you see, all our lights are in, our light lenses are in, and the finishing touches are some of these MSM Creation. I've tried to get these for Pro Scale. I can't get them. Nobody responds to me. These are 3D bubble car logos, and they look absolutely fantastic. So pick the applicable size. They are self-adhesive. Just get it lined up where you want it. Once you're happy, pop it in place with your tweezers and then burnish it down with a cotton bud. As you can see here, the OCD in me, just making sure it is in the center. And my eye was near enough spot on. I think it just needed a little bit of a touch one edge. There we go. And then the final touch, some of our Pro Scale ceramic coating. So this is a wipe over ceramic coating. This will protect the paint and make it easier to polish up later on down the line. And it'll also give a nice sheen to the paint. So apply a little bit to a cloth. This is a microfiber glasses cleaning cloth. I love using these for polishing my cars. Put a generous amount on. All you want to do is wipe it all over the body. It's not abrasive. It does nothing. It just needs wiping on and being allowed to just haze up. And by the time you've done the whole body, it'll be ready to wipe off again. And the shine you'll get off this is absolutely beautiful. It really is. And like I say, it'll help you clean your models further down the line if they get dusty, because the dust will come off a lot easier because it's ceramic coated. It's a well worth product to use. It really is, and it leaves a beautiful sheen behind as well. So just all over, be careful of those window wipers. The amount of times I've knocked them off, they go, look, I've just knocked a bit of trim off the front. Yes, it's very easy to snag parts with the cloth. Yes, very easy to do. And there we go. A quick polish up, get the fingerprints off. And I think this thing has turned out absolutely beautiful. The colour suited down to the ground. It's a beautiful, beautiful colour for this Porsche. And really nice kit as well. Not about its problems. All kits have problems with a broken part. Interior is a little bit tricky to do. But other than that, I think it's a really, really nice looking car. Beautiful kit. Polished up, beautiful. Colour is amazing. Detail looks absolutely fabulous as well. Really, really nice. I'm becoming more and more of a Porsche fan as I go. I never was really. I've never been a big Porsche fan. We've got a Porsche group build coming up in March as well. If you want to take part, keep an eye out for that. And really happy how this turned out. That colour is absolutely beautiful. It really is a stunning, stunning colour. And there we go. I've got some final pictures of it as well. And here we go. It's a true beauty shot of it. So this was primed in Pro Scale Grey Primer. Several coats of the Pro Scale Porsche Carbon Grey. It was given a Tamiya black panel line wash and the Pro Scale 2K system. The wheels, I think, were the Porsche. No, they weren't. They were Pro Scale light gunmetal. I remember now. We used Pro Scale yellow caliper paint and carbon grey ceramic for the discs. The interior is a mixture of Pro Scale Napa black and textured grey. Use anthracite flocking on the carpets. We flatted all the body back with the 6 and 8000 Trizic pads and polished it with the Zoom on polishing sponges and the Menzena compounds and Ultiglim super resin polish. And we gave it a final go over with the Pro Scale paints ceramic coating. And I think this has turned out beautiful. I bought this kit on a whim a while back, and I'm glad I did. It's not my favourite Porsche, but I think in this guise, and especially in this colour, it really does look pretty. Like I said, I do have another colour from Porsche. It's a slightly different carbon grey, and I'll probably end up using that and another one further down the line. Bit more of a natural lighting shot here. Has it got the starkness of the black background, so you can see the colour a little bit better. And you can see how it changed under different lights as well. But beautiful car, beautiful model, beautiful paint, and I'm really happy with the results of this one. So there we go. There's another model done. Let's go back to me for some final thoughts. Right, there we go. All done. Very happy how this one turned out. That grey is beautiful. Like I say, there's two greys I found around the same time. One slightly, I think it's a bit more vibrant than this one. It's off a later Porsche. I may use that later on down the line on a Porsche. I don't know yet. But I'm glad I picked this colour. I think it suits this car really well. And I think it turned out really good. Very happy with the finish on this one. And the kit wasn't too bad at all. Alpha models are kind of an acquired taste. A lot of people don't like them because of the cost. A lot of people don't think they're value for money. Yada, yada, yada. At the end of the day, if you're happy building it and paying for it, that is what is important. And for me, I love them. You can see behind me there, all these are Alpha Model, bar the Gordon Murray here. They're all Alpha Model, kit box and whatnot. There's a load more in the display case there. I love building them. They always do subjects that nobody else does. They're very high quality. They always look fantastic when they're complete. They are probably some of the best 24 scale kits you can buy, in my opinion. Are they expensive? Yes, I think they're a little bit overpriced. I think they need to be about 20, 30 quid cheaper. I think that'd be more acceptable, because by the time you add aftermarket to plastic kit, you can get well over 100 quid easily. But for me, the subject matter and the enjoyment of the build, because for me, they're nice, quick builds. I've got these building these down to a fine art now. They are nice, quick builds for me. I think they're worth the money all day long. Plus, I'm looking to be sent them free by Alpha Model. I've got a nice stack of about 20 odd up there. I am very lucky in that respect, but I still buy loads as well. I probably bought half and given half, so I can't complain at all. But they are very, very enjoyable kits, and I always look forward to building them. And there's none off the bench, and I think it turned out really, really well. So like I said, there is a Porsche build starting in March. Any Porsche kit, not a Tiger or a King Tiger for anyone says anything. Any Porsche car kit, plastic, whatever, resin, a lot, whatever you want to do, 3D printed, whatever. out the box, everything thrown at it, 12 scale, 24, whatever. Just a Porsche build, taken part. Starts the 1st of March. There's no real end date. Just as and when you're done. Post updates over on ISM or over your Patreon, the Patreon supporter group. And come and join us. Come join our community as well. If you want to get early access to all these videos, you can go to 3-month early access. You can become a patron. There's a link down below. You get 3-month early access. You get exclusive Messenger chat group on Facebook. There's like 80 of us in there. Really good fun in there. There's a Facebook group as well. You can show your own work, your purchases, what you've been doing and building. I do a bench update every Sunday just for supporters only. And I go through all that group, looking at everything you share for the week. So you see your own work shown on there. And you can get 10% off over a pro scale paint as well with the applicable tier. It starts at like £3. It goes all the way up to 60, 70 quid a month. There's all applicable tiers, all different perks you go through. And without the support of the patrons, I couldn't keep doing this. So they keep me being able to make these videos. So if you want to come over and join, feel free, links down below. I appreciate everyone's support. And as always, there we are. That's us done. Oh, thumbs down. Oh, no. Something does that on screen. Something you do cues that. I don't know what the hell it is. It's bloody annoying, though. Give yourself a thumbs down. So, as always, links in the description down below. There's links to everything. There's pro scale paints. Go over to our website. Have a look at all our paints, kits, sundries, tools, glues, everything over there. We don't have a paint in stock. Drop us a message. We'll put it on the site for you free of charge. You can buy it at your own will. Then there's no charge for custom mixing the paint at all. Just hit me up with the paint code, what it's off, and I'll try my best to try and match it. There's links down there to the off-air hangout group. You can go and join us on a Zoom call. There's an email address to get in touch with me. There's a link to my stash on ScaleMates. There's links to everything down there. Go in the description down below and have a good look. And that's it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, click that bell notification to get notified of the latest videos, and leave a comment. I might not reply, but I read it. I read every single comment. I appreciate everyone that takes the time. I really do. A lot of you guys are regular comment leavers. I do appreciate you all. Thank you very much for taking the time to leave a comment. And as always, a huge thanks to my patrons who without their support I couldn't do this, whose name's going to flash up at the end of the screen. Take care, everyone. See you in the next build. Bye-bye.